Hello, Dolly. It's Ciaron O'Reilly here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. And I'm throwing a surprise party for my younger brother. And hello, Jenny, maybe. Um, he's going to Argentina on Tuesday for 6 months to study Spanish, Espanol, and tango dancing. Yes. So I bought him a Argentine t-shirt, no, jersey, but it didn't fit him, of course. And so at the party, I'll give it to someone. But look, there's the hand of God, Maradona. He could jump pretty high for a small fella. And Peter Shelton, who never forgave Maradona. And then look, even better, Athletico Bucaramanga. Yeah. And so where I buy my Swedish nicotine thing, and there she is, the culprit, Jenny Garcia. Yeah, like a quarterback and gridiron. And Chelsea Manning, formerly Bradley, totally destroyed our marketing strategy. I've got free Bradley Manning t-shirts that I can't wear outside. Otherwise, apparently, I would be dead naming Chelsea Manning. And I don't like the Chelsea Football Club. I like Manchester United, as you'll later see in this documentary. Feel free to spread this documentary around. Oh, there's a badge, and that's the ANZUS Plowshares. On New Year's Day, 91, we broke into a B-52 bomber base, and that B-52 bomber base won the award for the entire US military. That'd be the gringos, because I know Colombians are American too. And we took out a B-52, which was about to incinerate kids in Iraq with napalm, fuel explosives, and cluster bombs. Anyway, that seemed like a good idea at the time, and we'll call the ANZUS Plowshares because that stands for Australia. That's where I'm living now. New Zealand, that's where your niece, Jenny's younger sister, lives, in Dunedin, I believe. And, everyone follows the American dollar. And I always get some because I like to burn them at demonstrations. But the problem is when you burn an American dollar, it actually supports the gringo economy. So I'm in a bit of a bind, really. I think that's George Washington, who never told a lie. Bullshit. This is when I MC things, and it looks usually a lot wider than this. And I got that out of a dumpster dive near the Ecuadorian embassy because there are a lot of wealthy Saudi Arabians there, and they're like high-class waiters. And the buttons on these things, each one is individual, and so it gets very confusing for a dyslexic like me. And when I was living on the streets in London, for, I'd say 15 months on the streets, and unlike Brisbane, it is cold and wet. But this woman here, Chrissy Hind, she's in a band called The Pretenders. That's them there when they were quite young. And she's a friend of the head of the Hare Krishnas, who I met in Waterford in 1979, before he was a Hare Krishna. And he feeds homeless people 6 days a week, has a great sense of humour, doesn't try to convert you, and has got bullet holes in his van from his trip to the Ukraine, where he takes food every month. Okay, this is a good one. That's the original Sex Pistols cover. And but you might notice the Union Jack is in the Irish tricolour. And a derogatory term by the Free Staters is for people, Irish Americans and Irish Australians, is plastic paddy. But we're plastic and proud. And hang on, I've got to show you the back. That took a bit of stretching. And because I played soccer or football, soccer is an abbreviation for association, the Football Association. I have a bad back, bad knees. Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, diabetic, hard of hearing, but otherwise a great catch. But no one's caught me yet. And it's so on the back, in response to being called a plastic paddy, you've got, it's a second generation Irish identity crisis thing you wouldn't understand. But you probably do because you're a migrant like my dad, who was born in Quebec and Westmeath, but he grew up in Clara Offaly. And we had a gig last week on the anniversary of the Irish Uprising. And last time I was in Ireland, there was nothing on the anniversary. I was there for 100 years in 2016. But it's the eve of Anzac Day, when the Australians invaded under British command the Ottoman Caliphate. Okay, so there's a good old island with their shamrocks. I think I bought that for $20 at the airport. Oh, this one's having a bit of problems here. And yes, after having my heart broken, I decided to be celibate. So when I run out of money, I sell a bit. Anyway, I didn't put this up right. Let's see. celibacy, nothing I can't handle, which could be taken about three ways, sexually or emotional toughness or something. Who's that guy? Roger Federer doing in my room? I'm not sure. Used to be in my younger brother's room. Okay, now we're going to see a few portraits of Ciaron O'Reilly. And I've got to hurry because I've got to promote this gig. Okay, before we get to my rampant narcissism, look at the books I've been reading. The Autumn of the Patriarch, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who I believe is Colombian. And this one, if you look closely, this is when I lived for 7 months outside His Majesty's prison, Belmarsh, with Julian Assange inside, a prison they built for the Provisional Irish Republican Army, and they had Julian Assange in isolation, and they wouldn't give him a book for a year. Tried to destroy his mind. So there's old Julian there. Oops. There he is. It's Belmarsh, and that's where the Arsenal football team began. Because the workers from Woolwich Arsenal, they built every cannon for the British Empire. That went to Ireland first, of course, and then to the Caribbean and to Africa. And that's why the Arsenal football team have a cannon on their jerseys. So you learned that today.